You've tried everything, but you were only taught this. This is the truth. And it'll stop your slice every time. It's actually really simple. The ball slices because the face is open to the path, regardless of where that path is. A bad face and a bad path just equals a bad shot. Stack and tilt is a system built around a three-dimensional model of the swing. Within that system, it uses the geometry of an arc on a tilted angle around our body to build in shot shape. That's why stack and tilt golfers don't hit over the top pull slices and pull hooks. They hit really tiny controlled draws. There are three slice killers that we're going to talk about today. The depth in the backswing, or the distance the club and the hands are behind your shoulder, your face orientation, and the biggest key that nobody tells you is what the path does in the follow through and how it helps tie everything in together. When first trying to hit a draw with the driver, we have to focus on where the hands and clubs go in the backswing. Stack and tilt always references moving the hands inward on an arc. Now notice when I do this, I'm moving my hands inward around my hip, and I'm keeping the face pointed down to the ground. If I try and get the hands in and I take the club and I roll it inside, well, my hands didn't move in, and now the face is open relative to my path, and I'm probably not going to hit a very good shot. So my P2 checkpoint, or when the club reaches parallel to the ground in the takeaway, your reference point needs to be that my hands have gone over the top of my trail foot and the face points slightly down. If I can master those, I now have a really good chance of hitting a draw. From P2 to P4, the top of the backswing, the hands have to continue moving up and around my shoulder. And I usually want these between 3 and 5 inches behind the shoulder. If I get to P2, my checkpoint's good, and then I raise my arms to the top and I quit creating depth and moving the arms around me, well, now I've lost all the work that I've put into P1 to P2. When we get to the top of the backswing, we have to understand where the face is. This is really difficult to do without the help of a camera, your phone, a mirror, anything. When the club head gets outside our field of vision, golfers usually lose awareness for where it is in space. Film yourself when you practice and check your club face at the top of your backswing. Once you have your proper depth, you need to look back at the club face, and based off your ball flight, you either need to close it more or you need to open it more. One of Stack and Tilt's biggest keys to hitting a draw with any club, but especially the driver, is keeping the club head path in to out long enough. Too many instructors and amateurs out there think, I got to swing inside out more. Well, if you swing into out more and you get the face right, the ball's going to start right and it's not going to draw enough to come back. If we start swinging inside out too much, now our low point moves back and I hit drop kicks, or I swing up so much that I top it, and I can't hit high push draws that way. So you have to understand, we have to keep the path in to out long enough and then let the arms and the club move around our body on an arc. So I put a big emphasis on where the club head is at P8 and P9. P8 is in the follow through when the shaft is parallel to the ground. P9 is when the arms are parallel on the ground in the follow through. I want, when you get to P9, the club head to point to the right of my hands and the face to point left at a minimum. Most golfers who slice, that face is still pointed here. And golfers who usually hook it are usually over here. Remember this. Where your face points throughout the golf swing, the amount of in to out path and how long your path is in to out totally depends on what your ball flight is. If the ball's still fading and you're hitting draw checkpoints, that means we need to be a little bit more exaggerated with all the pieces. Now I'm going to give you a few drills that you can do either inside in a simulator or outside on a driving range to help you hone your draw and fix your slice forever. If you're inside, a really good tool to use are the Y Golf alignment discs. You can usually buy them in pairs. There's going to be a link down below in the comments as well as the description of the video if you want to get some. Keep in mind, I don't make any money for these. I use these when I have an indoor setup because they're big enough to stay upright. If I want to put a longer stick in, I just fill it with some golf balls to hold some weight down. But I can position these wherever I want at multiple angles that are pre-drilled into the plate and hit shots over and over to help ingrain a swing change. When I'm outside, I simply use alignment sticks and pool noodles. When setting this up to use during the backswing to help your depth from P1 to P4, I always place it about 18 to 24 inches behind the golf ball, and I place it about 10 to 12 inches outside the ball, and I put the stick in the ground to match the lie angle of the club shaft. So if I'm outside, I just stick the club shaft right here behind it where I want it to go in, and I take the alignment stick and I push it underneath the club shaft and just match the angle. Now I have something that I can swing underneath to actually influence where my depth goes. The other way you can do this is you can put that alignment stick or that noodle on the follow-through side to make sure that we're keeping the club in to out long enough. So I put this stick in the ground a couple inches inside my target line at the same angle that I had it behind me. If you're really good at creating enough depth throughout the backswing and the downswing, but then you round the corner too quickly in the follow-through and you hit over the top pull slices or pull hooks, this is a great tool and placement for your noodle. What it does is it allows me in the follow-through to know if my club path ends up left too much, my club shaft hits the noodle, knocks it down or out of the ground. So when we hit these shots, our goal is to make practice swings, follow-throughs, where we keep the club head to the right of the hands. And now I have my checkpoint of, is the face too open? Is the face perfect? Is it too closed? Now I can better check that, but I'm keeping my path inside out long enough. If you're really struggling with all of it together, meaning you don't create enough depth in the backswing, we don't keep the path inside out long enough or enough in the follow-through, we can set up 2 of these and create a gate to swing the club through. The backswing, we're going to stay under the back one. In the downswing, we can keep the club underneath the back one. And I have to swing sideways through this gate and keep the club head ahead of the one in the follow-through. It's a very simple station to set up, and you can make a lot of practice swings in this and then hit balls away from it and then come back to it if you choose. But this is a great tool and setup to learn how to swing inside out every single time, hit draws, and learn where your club face is so that you can hit the ball where you want to go. It's a lot easier to focus on your club face when you know your path is correct. That's one variable you don't have to worry about while you're trying to hit shots. High push draws. So if we try to hit one here and we get the path correct and the face gets open, I would expect you to see push slices. Ball starts to the right, high fade, lots of backspin, not a lot of distance, but I know my path was good because I was actually able to miss the noodles. If the club face gets too closed here, I would expect this ball to hook a ton, and then I know that I need to pay attention to where my face is in the follow-through, or is it getting too closed in the backswing or the downswing. If I know my path's right, I can use what the ball flight does to mix the other checkpoints in so that I can actually play golf and improve my golf swing. Face closed a lot, path was inside fine. Face just rolled open and then closed too much. When you get the face matched up to the path, that's where you're gonna see the longest shots, the smallest curves, and usually play your best golf. If you're slicing your driver and you want to start hitting draws and get rid of that nasty slice forever, make sure to like, comment below what you liked about this video. Make sure to subscribe to me so you never miss out on videos, and smash that hype button if you can for me. That helps push all my content out to people all over the world at no cost to you. Really helps support me so that I can make content on a weekly basis. If you'd like more golf instruction, for you specifically, make sure to go to my website, s2golfacademy.com, or go to my Patreon for online lessons at patreon.com/thegolftycoon.